Hi, Rosario, good evening.
Hi, Miss. Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How about you?
Oh, I'm really tired. On Monday, I will have an exam test. So I
Oh,
was
tomorrow?
studying. Yes, tomorrow. I was
Oh
studying.
no, that's terrible. I hate when I have physics, but when I finish,
Mm,
I feel more relaxed. Then we have well, we're almost at the end of the semester, I guess, right? We have
yeah,
one more month, so yes, that's the reason why maybe we have lots of tests.
yes, less than a month. I have a teacher that
Mm-hmm.
take the all the tests in one. So it's like I don't know. Monday is the first test, first partial, and
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday is second partial, and Wednesday is final, and what is the next? Thursday it's second
The
chance.
second, yes, the
Yeah,
second chance. No,
yes,
that's terrible.
yes. Take it all the four exams, and it's really I don't know. It's really funny because he didn't give you the scores, so it's an obligation to take all the four exams.
Oh, no, that's terrible. Well, I hope you had a good grades and good luck. Okay,
Okay.
so
Uh,
okay, okay, so remember that we had a problem with your account, and
Yes.
I don't know if the coordinator sent you the your new account.
No.
Oh no, don't tell me that. She told me that I closed my WhatsApp. She told me, okay, that she was going to send you, but I was waiting for it because I need to send you the homework. But I'm going to give you more time. That's what she told me, that I'm going to give you more time, and of course, okay, for sure, there is no problem. But
Okay.
I was waiting for it. Like, okay, give me a second. Oh, and I asked you about the question, okay, you have, and she
Okay.
told me that we are going to finish this course. Okay. Where is it? I'm going to look for the message.
Okay.
Okay, yes. At the end of the regular classes, because now we are in the regular classes, then you're going to continue the TOEFL classes, okay? But it's not going to be with me. You're going to have another teacher, okay?
Okay.
That's what she told me. So once we finish the grammar part, then we're going to, or you're going to have the other classes that it's about the TOEFL part. As I told you, we have other teachers that they have more experience than me, so they are good teachers. And then we need to finish the regular course then. So then you're going to see, and it depends though. Okay, that's what she told me. If you're going to take extra hours, for example, if in the simulator of the TOEFL test, as soon as you finish I imagine that the teacher is going to explain you, but for example, if you are going to, okay, so this month we're going to continue with the TOEFL course, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Then at the end, you're going to at the end of this month, you're going to take a simulator of how could it be if you failed the exam, for example, okay? So if you did, for example, in the grammar part, so then you're going to continue with the grammar part then. Okay, so first we're going to finish the regular classes, and then you're going to continue with other teachers. Okay,
Okay, Miss. Thanks.
all right, don't worry. So she asked me for the username, but yes, yo me dijo que si le podía mandar en realidad tu curso, o sea, el nombre, el número de curso, pero no, no seguimos sin poder. Pensé que ya te iba a enviar la cuenta, pero no sé por qué no te envió todavía. Ok.
Okay.
Entonces, me imagino que te va a enviar el día de mañana. Voy a solicitar nuevamente el día de que se te vuelva a enviar. Y ni bien ya esté, tenemos que sí o sí ya continuar con el trabajo porque nos estamos atrasando y se te va a acumular las tareas. Pero igual se
Yeah.
te va a dar más para hacer, no te preocupes. Ujú.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
Ok. Don't worry. So, okay, we're going to continue and give me a second. Where is it? Okay, so in what part we stop, sorry?
Oh, on Friday we've seen about a difference with ed and ing, like a
Oh,
board and boring.
participial. Yes,
Yes.
participial adjectives. Yes. Okay, so right. Now we're going to continue with models of possibility and probability. Okay, because we already see it in very present perfect, that's a continuous. And we're going to continue with A4. In this course, okay, the course is called a confrontation, okay? So in this grammar part, we're going to learn models of possibility and probability. I'm going to share my screen with you. Once you can see it, please let me know.
Okay.
Can you see it?
Okay, yes, now yes.
Okay, so we're going to learn this week, this new week, the models of possibility and probability, reflexive and reciprocal pronouns, and models of possibility and probability, but in the past. So we're going to take this lesson. We're going to try to see these two lessons in one. Okay, models of possibility plus the past form, and then we're going to continue with the reflexive reciprocal pronouns. So, okay, let's start. I'm going to share my screen. Oh, am I on living on YouTube? Oh, yes. Okay, so give me a second. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen with you, and there you have it. Okay, so now we're almost at the end of the models, okay? So we're going to continue with one of the strongest models that we have, and we have must in this case, and we have the opposite, we can call like that, might. So let's listen the audio.
Hello. Today we're going to talk about modals of possibility and probability. I'm sure that you must use some of these already, but you might not know everything about them. Let's take a look at them.
Okay, so let's start with point number one. Okay, so we're going to see what kind of models of possibility or probability. Remember, these models, algo que hay que saber, que es que todos los modales, casi todos los modales, tienen el mismo significado, ¿ok? La diferencia entre estos modales es ¿a qué va a referir? Por ejemplo, si es de posibilidad, podrías, ¿ok? Si es de obligación, deberías o tienes que, ¿ok? Entonces, en cuanto a might y must, son los que vamos a ver, tienen el mismo significado. La diferencia, recuerda, de todos los modales es qué tan fuerte es o a qué va dirigido. ¿Alguna posibilidad, alguna probabilidad, alguna obligación, para dar algún consejo, recibirlo? Entonces esa es la diferencia, ¿ok? Hay que saber identificarlos por su lista, es decir, en posibilidad y probabilidad tengo tales modales. Ok, para dar advice o recibir advice tengo este tipo de modales. Y así. Entonces esto te va a ser mucho más fácil poder identificar al momento de querer hablar o expresarse, te va a ser mucho más fácil. So let's start with point number one.
We use modals of possibility and probability to talk about things that we think are possibly or probably true. I might be a little late. If I am, please start without me.
Valentino's must be a popular restaurant. It's sometimes hard to get a reservation.
Okay, so we have might. I might be a little late. If I am, please start without me. I might be a little late. That's a possibility because right now, I'm stuck in the traffic. So I'm going to call you, for example. Okay, so hey Rosario, I might be a little late. If I am, please start without me. Start the meeting without me. Okay, so that's a possibility. Okay, we're going to use might or must to express a possibility. Okay, or probability, things that we think are possibly or probably true. Valentino's must be a popular restaurant. Oh,
Me?
okay.
Can you
So
hear?
what happened?
I don't know. Did you just leave the summon? 1 second. I didn't hear you.
Maybe it was because of your internet. I have something's happened to me. Rarely, but it happens. So I can imagine that could be the internet. But what a weird situation.
Yes. Okay, but now I hear.
Okay. So okay, I don't know until I didn't notice that you leave the class. So I don't know until what part you pay attention. You are
No, me.
here.
It was really
Oh.
seconds, less than a
Oh,
minute.
okay. Oh, okay, that's cool. So as I was explaining you, in this case, we have Valentina's must be a popular restaurant. It's sometimes hard to get a reservation. So it is a possibility or it could be a probability. Because I always, let's suppose that it is on this street. Okay, so on the way I go to the university, so then I saw, and I always see there are a lot of people right there. So they're doing a queue, for example. So they're waiting to get into the restaurant, into Valentino's. So for that, my thought is that it must be a popular restaurant, okay? Then let's continue. But what is the difference between might and must? Because if both have the same meaning, that's something true. There is a difference, okay? In English, there is a difference because when you're going to translate, it means the same. So let's learn what is the difference. Let's start with must.
Must expresses a probability. We use must when we're almost 100% sure that something is true.
I've got to go. It must be time for my class.
In the example, Jackie is almost sure that her class is ready to begin.
Okay, so must expresses a probability. Okay, when we are almost, or we, yes, when we're almost 100% sure that something is true, we're going to use must. I've got to go. It must be time for my class. Okay, so my class starts at 9:45. Okay, and my professor always arrives on time. There's no way he's going to be late for 15 minutes, for example. Okay, so, and I'm going to see what time is it, and let's suppose it is 9:40. Okay, so that the probability, okay, in this case is that my professor must be there, okay, because I always know that he's on time. So I'm going to say, oh, I have to go right now. My professor is going to arrive then. So it must be there. It must be time for my class, okay? So I'm almost 100% sure that he's there, okay? If that wouldn't be the case, for example, I don't know, we can use might. But we're going to see in point number 3 or point number 4, if I'm not wrong, the use of might. But that's a key point of must, okay? It is the strongest, okay? It is a little bit more stronger than might. Es más fuerte que might. Los dos tienen el mismo significado, de nuevo, ¿ok? Pero más, un poco más fuerte.
In express of percentage, for example, might, it could be more than 50%, or how is the relation of percentage?
No, it's less. I guess we have the percentage right there. Okay. I know we don't have it. We can say that it is like a 75%. Yes. Okay. There is no specific percentage. Okay. No hay en realidad, si te dice que tenemos un 100% de probabilidad, casi 100% de probabilidad de que algo suceda o que esté sucediendo, es para decir que estoy casi segura, ¿ok? Por la condición pero en realidad might no tiene algún tipo de porcentaje, ¿ok? Pero sí que es menos. Es decir, cuando no estás 100% segura de algo, directamente se utiliza el might, porque no hay un porcentaje. Ujú. Tal vez podríamos clasificarlo con may. Entre may y might hay una diferencia muy corta, pero no con must, está muy alejado. Must, ok, vamos a ver ahorita en el punto número 3. Dentro de estos modales de posibilidad y probabilidad tenemos may, might and could, ok, porque must es ya uno de los más fuertes, es el más fuerte de hecho. ¿Ok? Entre los modales, donde suele haber ciertas dificultades para identificar may, it might, and could, ¿ok? So, in spoken English, right? In spoken English, it is very common to use both, okay? But there are some differences between may and might. We're going to see this right now, so let's listen the audio.
Okay.
May, might, and could express a possibility. We use may, might, and could when we're less sure that something is true. I don't think Professor Roberts is from the United States. I think he said he came here when he was a teenager.
He may be Canadian. He might come from Australia.
He could be British.
Okay, I'm going to leave you like that. Could, okay, we're going to start with could. Could is the past of can, right? The meaning of it is podría.
Poder. Ujú.
En pasado, poder.
Podría. Yes.
Entonces, puedes cerrar la ventana, por favor? Can you? ¿Podrías, por favor, cerrar la ventana? Could you? Ok. Podría ser británico, no estoy segura, pero por su aspecto podría ser británico. ¿Ok? Este podría está en pasado, entonces utilizamos could. ¿Ok? Then what else? Another example. What other thing? I'm thinking of it. Can. Well, in this case, okay, maybe the modal can. It is very useful to talk about how it is abilities that we have, okay? So then you can use it for it. But specifically talking about could, okay, this model is the past of can. And that's all, okay? What else? Okay, now we're going to see the use of may and might. When we're going to use may, okay, it is the most useful. Está más utilizado que might. Primer punto a observar, may es más frecuente que, may es más frecuente que might. Así como
Okay.
el mes, may, might, ok. Utilizamos para posibilidad, ok, podemos utilizar might, ok. Al igual que podemos utilizar may. Pero ¿cuál es la diferencia? Si yo voy a decir it may rain, okay, or I can say it
Might be.
might works with the base form of the verb, okay? So
Yes.
we're going to continue with might rain.
Okay. Yes.
Ok, might rain, llover. No funciona con might be. Ok, hay que tener mucho cuidado. ¿Puedes hacer una oración? Sí, por supuesto. Pero funciona puedes cambiar por cualquier otro verbo, siempre y cuando lleven su forma base. I might be late. It might rain. It might he might travel. He might watch. Okay, so you can use whatever verb you want. We have another lesson, okay, where we're going to see with the verb be, but it is not part of the lesson, okay? So we're going to look for it forward. Okay, what else can we see? Okay, when I say it may rain, it has 70% of chance, okay? And when I use might, it has 40% of chance. As I told you a minute ago, there is not a fight between may and must, because must is when you are, it is when we are almost 100% sure of something. We can say no, not 100. We're going to take 99% of chance.
Mm-hmm.
99% of chance. Okay, so as you can see, there is a big difference. That's the reason of why it is on the top of the possibilities and probabilities. Okay, but then we have it may rain that it is 70% and my 40%. And for example, okay, so may and might can normally be interchanged without a significant difference in meaning. Okay, however, might often implies a smaller chance of something when expressing possibility. Okay, for example, I'm going to see the sky and I'm going to see that there are dark clouds, and I'm going to say, it may rain. Okay, but if I'm going to see three crazy clouds, dark clouds, I'm going to say it might rain. Okay, but the possibility it's very, very low. Okay, la posibilidad es muy baja. Entonces, es más frecuentado el uso de may. Entonces, si tú vas a observar alguna situación, ves que haya posibilidad o probabilidad de que algo pase o no, ya vemos y clasificamos. ¿Qué tan seguro está de que algo suceda o de que algo no suceda? Ok, entonces me pongo en una línea de tiempo y digo, ¿está más cercano de que suceda o de que no suceda? Entonces de ahí voy a poder tomar la mejor decisión. Es de acuerdo. Aunque también es cierto que ya en el inglés hablado se puede utilizar los dos si es muy obvio, alguna situación se puede utilizar los dos. ¿Ok? Pasa desapercibido a veces el porcentaje, pero mejor si se utiliza. ¿Ok? Entonces, what else? Okay. When we're going to give permission, okay, another thing, we always use may, okay? El uso de may es más frecuentado. It is frequently used. For example, for possibilities, okay, both, may or might. When I want to give a permission, for example, if you are at home or if you are visiting to me, okay, and I cooked some cookies, okay, and then I see you and then you're like, I guess I want another cookie. I'm going to say, you may have another cookie if you like, okay? You may have another cookie if you like. That's a permission, okay? Then
But
when
in
we're
terms
going to
of,
ask,
wait, Miss,
sorry,
in terms of,
yes,
for example, if you have that part of permission, it's only used with may. It can be used with might.
yes, only with me, yes. We have a specific rule when it says that when we're going to give permission, we can use may, okay? So might, no, we cannot use might. Because because of the probability, because of the percentage that we have. Okay, so we prefer to use may. It's a little bit more formal though than might.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you may have another cookie if you want, for example. Okay. So then when we are going to ask for permission, okay? When we're going to give permission, all right, when we're going to ask for permission, for example, the other day, no, when was it? At the beginning, I remember at the beginning of the course, right, when I used to have classes with children, right? I had one of the students, he told me, Miss, can I go to the bathroom? And I said, no, it's not can. because if you go to the bathroom, that's not an ability. Okay. So there is no something magnificent to go, for example, to the bathroom. So I said you have to, if you're going to ask for a permission, you have to use may. So how could it be? May I go
Go.
to the bath?
Okay. Is there
So if you're
any difference with bath and restroom?
yes, restroom, bathroom is a little bit more. No, what was the other one? Restroom. Restroom is for restaurants.
Restroom?
Restaurants. Okay. And
Uh,
the other one is a little bit less formal.
Okay. So
Yes,
it's
but
very polite. Polite.
the meaning is the same. Okay.
Okay.
But we use bathroom for things that, well, to say that it is something more less formal. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. There was another difference. There was another difference with, for example, when we're going to say, I don't know, to indicate for a, I don't know, for a hotel, and then so we have to use a restroom. Bathroom utilizamos, por ejemplo, en mi propia casa tal vez
Mhm.
uso el baño, ¿ok? Pero cuando ya estoy en casa de algunas otras personas, tal vez estoy en un restaurante, estoy en un hotel, utilizamos restroom, ¿ok?
Okay.
Esa es la diferencia, no, porque el significado es lo mismo, pero el tema es la formalidad. En casa es bathroom, tal vez, ¿ok?
Ah,
Entonces, sí, con algo que estás un poco más familiarizado en realidad, porque ya para indicar, por ejemplo, de restaurantes, de hoteles, algo un poquito más formal, utilizamos restroom.
Okay. Thanks, Miss.
Okay, yes, that's the difference. What else? Yes, that will be. Okay, so, what else? Okay, so let's continue. Okay, let's continue. What else can we say? Okay. Then, so you're going to take care. It will be incorrect if we're going to use can. Okay, that's not an ability. Another one is, for example, when we want to express wishes. Okay. For example, let's suppose that it's New Year. I'm going to wish you blessings, and then so I'm going to say may. Okay, that's an expression. May the New Year. It looks like New Year. Okay. The New Year bring you happiness. Okay. So when you're going to express a wish for someone else, you're going to use may, and this is an expression. Okay. May the New Year bring you happiness for you and your family, for example. Okay. So when we express wishes, we're going to use may. And
So, Miss, for example, in that part, when we want to express wishes, is it correct really to use me? What is the
yes,
really meaning of what you
the
could
truth.
with that?
Yes. Okay. We have to. This is a good question. Okay. In some cases, okay, as it is in the expressions, some expressions in English don't have a specific meaning in Spanish. Okay. Puede ser traducido como que el nuevo año te traiga felicidad, pero aquí te das cuenta que Ming no tiene un significado claro. Ok. Sin embargo, sucede que en inglés tenemos hartísimas expresiones que de hecho no tienen sentido para nosotros y que mucho menos hay una traducción, ¿ok? Porque son expresiones, ¿ok? Entonces, como acá en Cochabamba tenemos alguna expresión, en Bolivia tenemos expresiones, no sé, a ver, alguna expresión, ¿qué expresión podemos tener? Déjame pensar. Ay, no se me ocurre ahorita ninguno. Pero tenemos expresiones incluso que vienen del quechua que no tienen algún significado en específico. ¿Ok? Ya si lo traduces y te van a decir, significa más o menos como esto, porque no tienen algún significado en específico. Lo mismo sucede con el inglés, pero sucede de que en expresiones, algunas veces ni el mismo modal tiene un significado, ¿ok? Por eso son expresiones. Tenemos
Okay.
muchas expresiones en inglés que no tenemos ni siquiera en castellano, ¿ok?
Okay.
Entonces aquí respondiendo a la pregunta, no tiene traducción, porque yo puedo traducir que el nuevo año te traiga felicidad, por ejemplo, ¿ok? Pero tenemos muchas maneras de expresar deseo para alguien más, es solo expresiones, ¿no? Son muy raras, pero sí, igual hay que mencionarlas, es importante mencionarlas, porque igual tenemos el tema de los deseos, más adelante los vamos a ver, no sé si hemos visto, no, sí, recién lo vamos a ver, cómo
Yeah.
utilizar wish, I wish you were here, for example, okay,
Sí. Yes.
were here, I wish you were here,
And in
so,
one case, it can you only use to make, or it could be mine. Might and you.
we can use might, we cannot, we cannot, because it is an expression.
Okay.
So take that in account. We have some expressions that are only expressions.
Mhm.
Okay. I had one teacher that he used to tell me, don't find the exact meaning for each word. You're going to get crazy. So it applies in expressions, it applies in different contexts. Entonces
And
es importante entender más que todo. ¿Por qué
Mhm.
no? Si vamos a querer encontrarle significado a cada una de las palabras, sí, no es cierto que, pucha, no entiendes. Ok, así que no tiene un significado en específico may acá, pero por expresión tenemos varias expresiones que también pueden llevar may sin tener un significado claro. Ok,
Mhm. Okay,
do
me.
you get it?
Yes, I get it.
Okay. Then we have, oh, I was writing. For we're going to use may for speculate about past actions. For example, she may, okay, in this case, yes, it has a meaning. She may have missed her, her plane. Ok,
Okay.
esto no es parte de la lección porque tenemos otra estructura. She may have missed, ok. Tenemos el presente perfecto,
Perfect.
pero con los modales, ¿ok? No es parte de la lección, lo vamos a ver más adelante, pero sí, también se puede utilizar de esta manera, porque es una situación pasada. Esta tarde debió haber perdido su vuelo, ¿ok? Funciona de la misma, solo para que lo tengas en cuenta, como una vista en general, funciona de la misma manera que el presente perfecto, ¿ok?
Mhm.
Solo que se le aumenta el modal como una posibilidad, como una especulación.
Yes,
Okay,
it's like you are not really sure, right?
yes, exactly. Okay, so again, we're trying to show a possibility. Okay, she may have missed her plane. So as I told you a minute ago, where are we using may? In this case, we can also use might for sure, but you are not that sure. Okay, you are not that sure. In the contrast, we have it. She may have missed her plane, so you are well, you are almost sure. But if you are certainly sure and you said yes because I saw in the news or something like that, because I know her and I know that she's not going to, she's never late. Okay, so I'm going to say she must have missed her plane if you are 99%. Okay, so as you can see, we can conjugate all of these models. We can play with the models. Okay, it depends on the percentage. How sure are you of something? How sure is the possibility for something to happen, for example? Okay,
Okay.
so we can say she may, she might, she must have missed her plane. Okay, it depends on the percentage we have on each situation. Okay,
Okay, miss.
do you get it? Any question until this part?
I get it, but I was wondering if it if wood is a modal, right?
Yes,
Would is the past of will, right? Or no?
exactly. Yes,
Uh,
that's true.
would
Give me a second.
it can be used. Okay.
Well, no, not really. Not really, because would is not a possibility. De que se
But
puede conjugar. Oh, dame un segundito. A ver.
okay.
Okay. My, okay. All right. Can you speak?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. What was your question?
Okay. If it's possible to use, it can be used would for wishes.
Mm, let me think. Would for wishes. I wish. I wish you no. You. Yes, we can do it. We can do it.
Like what?
Okay, I'm thinking of it. Okay, let me think in the possibilities. Because we use wish with simple past. We use wish continuous form with would. Okay. I wish the lesson would end. I wish you would listen to me, for example. Another one. I wish you wouldn't borrow my clothes, for example. That's for my stepsister.
Okay.
I wish you wouldn't borrow my clothes, for example. Okay, so yes, we can use it. We can use it. Yes,
I wish.
and it expresses something like when we want something to happen. Okay, but it is not a possibility. Okay, no es una posibilidad.
Okay. It's like a desire.
No. It's like as the name explains, it is a wish that I have. For example, we can use wish plus would when we want something to happen. For example, I wish the lesson would end.
Okay.
When we want someone to start doing something, for example, okay? When we want someone to stop doing something which annoys us, okay? So we can say, in summary, we can say that we have three usage for the wish and would, okay? But it is a wish. No, it's not a possibility. It's not a possibility or desire that I have. No, it's something that you like to happen, for example, to the situation happened. Yes, es algo que quieres. It is something that you want, okay? So,
Okay.
do you get it?
Yes, I get.
Okay, but don't worry, we're going to look for the use of the wish. It's very interesting. We have one rule that changed. For example, a minute ago, I say, I wish you were here. But as you're going to see, I said you were here,
In past.
okay? But you, does it work with were? No, okay? So that's interesting. We can also say, I wish I was. Okay, so yes, we have a different structure. That's one of the lessons that all the rules, okay, you were, okay, for example, change the structure, change completely in a completely form. Okay, so
Okay.
yes, that's an interesting lesson, but we're going we're going to learn for it then. Okay, I guess it's the next week we're going to, no, on Friday, I guess, if I'm not wrong, because that's part of the other lesson of the other model, because we're almost at the end. So
Okay.
yes, that will be. Do you have any question?
No, miss, it's okay.
Okay, thank you. So as it is a logical point, we're going to continue with point number 4. If I want to show, okay, that something is impossible, I'm going to use can't or couldn't. So let's listen the output.
We use can't or couldn't when we're almost 100% sure that something is impossible.
I'm sorry, but you can't be serious. I'm sure you're mistaken.
Okay. So when we want to show, when we are almost 100% sure that something is impossible, I'm going to use can't or couldn't, okay? I can also use must not, okay? I can also use must not. So when we are a little less sure that something is impossible, okay, we're going to use must. Again, it has the same percentage, but in the impossible way, okay?
Okay.
So let's see. En este caso, en la negación, okay, el más fuerte en cuanto a negación, es decir, cuando algo, estoy casi 100% segura de que algo es imposible, solamente utilizamos can't or couldn't, su presente y su pasado, en cuanto a la imposibilidad de algo, ¿ok? Pero cuando estoy hablando de posibilidad y probabilidad, el más fuerte es decir, en afirmación, si quieres ponerlo de este modo, utilizamos must, ¿ok? Entonces no hay que confundirnos. Entonces, ¿cuándo voy a utilizar must not? Let's listen the audio.
We use must not when we're a little less sure that something is impossible. We don't usually use a contraction with must not.
I heard that Nick Crawford is still trying to prove his innocence.
He must not have any proof yet.
Okay. So when we're going to express, okay, when we are a little less sure that something is impossible, okay, we're going to use must not. Again, can't, cannot, or could not is the top of the impossibilities, okay? Then, if I'm a little less sure, I'm going to use must not. And then I have the end of the list, the use of may not or might not, okay? Let's listen the audio.
We use may not or might not when we think something is impossible, but we aren't very sure. We don't usually use a contraction with may not or might not.
Crawford may not be innocent.
Then again, he might not be guilty. We just don't know.
Mhm.
Okay. So in this case, we have the use of may not and might not, but we're going to leave it at the end. Okay. Technically, can't means that the proposed activity, okay, in the other research, remember that we use can for abilities, okay? So the contrast, the opposite, could be can't. And it means that the proposed activity physically is impossible, for example, okay? And we use must not, okay, another characteristic of must not, it's that, or to show an activity, okay, that it's prohibited, okay? You're going to find some announcements, okay, some advertisement, I mean, for example, you must not smoke here, okay?
Yes.
So that's an activity that it is
Yeah.
prohibited.
Okay.
So to show those activities, okay, that as a owner of this restaurant, I decided to propose that rule, for example. Okay, so for that, I'm going to use must not. Meanwhile, can is more, it is referred for physical activities, okay? To show that something could be possible, for example. In this case, we have, I'm sorry, but you can't be serious. I'm sure you're mistaken, okay? So, this is more like situation that I think that it's something, could be something impossible. I'm sorry, but you can't be serious. Lo siento, no puede ser serio, ¿ok? Mientras que el más tiene un significado más a deber, ¿ok? Esa es la diferencia. Entonces, can es más como poder hacer algo, no poder hacer algo, ¿ok? Mientras que must es deber hacer algo o no deber hacer algo. No debes fumar acá. Debes hacer tu tarea. for example. Okay, you must do your homework. You must do your homework, or you have to do your homework, for example. Okay, so it has a big difference between can't and must not. So you have to take care in that part. Mhm.
So,
Do
for
you get it?
example, Miss, yes, but if I use, for example, I think I can do it. Is it wrong, right? Because if I express I think, it means that I'm not really 100% sure about it. So it's like a contrast with I can't. I think I can do it. Instead of that, it's probably it's like I think I might not be do. I might
Well,
not.
no, not really. It is not incorrect because more than this grammar part, you it knows or it tries to show an expression. Okay, for example, when you're not sure that something could happen. For example, if you're going to put in front of me the swimming pool, okay, the pool, I'm going to say, I think I can't do it. I think I can't swim. Okay, so that's an expression more than the grammar part. It's an expression, so it is correct. You can use it. Okay.
Okay.
So the word I think, okay, it also works as an expression. Yes. Okay. That's the reason why we always use I think, or I believe, I believe, those are expressions that we have in front of a situation, for example. Okay. But the use of can, it is okay, it is great to use, because if I say I can't do it, okay, so I'm trying to show that something is a little bit, I'm not that sure. I'm not that sure if I'm going to do it. For in the other hand, if I'm going to say, Rosario, I think you must not smoke here, because I guess I saw an announcement, an advertisement where it says, okay, again, the usage of must, it is okay, because as you notice, it is more like an expression. Even the way of I'm talking, okay, the way of my speaking, it is like that. It's working like that. So, I guess Rosario, okay, I guess you notice that I'm using my guess with must, and it is okay because it is an expression. Okay.
Okay.
So that will be. Do you get it?
Yes, I get it. But in the negative part, for example, if I want to replace can with might not, is it correct to use? I think I might not do it, or I might not be doing.
Yes, I might. For example, when you are not that sure, okay, notice. Let's see the percentage that we have. So we're going to use may not or might not when we think something is impossible, but we aren't very sure. Okay, notice those keywords: must not, little less sure, very sure. When we aren't very sure of something to happen. Okay, so for example, Crawford may not be innocent. Okay, let's see the percentage. Okay, that's I'm trying to express that, okay, something is impossible. Crawford may not be innocent because I saw him the other day and he was I don't know, I saw in the newspaper and they said that he's a robber, for example. Okay, so yes.
Okay.
Then if I want to express less than that, we're going to continue with might not. Then again, he might not be guilty. We just don't know. Okay. Puede que no sea culpable. Okay. No lo sabemos. Okay. Entonces sí, se puede utilizar. There is no problem. But you have to see, the only thing that you have to take into account at the moment of what kind of model are you going to use is a percentage of something. Okay.
Okay.
Remember, one is poder and the other one is deber. That's the
Yeah.
key. So according to that, you're going to see which one is the correct one. Because if you're going to see the difference among may, might, must, and can't, The only thing that maybe we can say that it is a little bit more difficult, okay, is the use of may and might, because both are almost the same, notice that? Okay.
Yes.
This little difference in percentage help us to see if this a 70% or is this a 40%? Okay, so then you have to think that might, okay, is in the lower part. Está más abajo might que todos estos modales. Es el que es más pequeño, podemos decir, porque no existe mucha posibilidad ni mucha probabilidad. Entonces, luego está may, que ya tiene un poquito más de peso. Está entre los que están más pesados, ok, está must y can. Okay, entonces, entre estos dos, no es casi imposible poder perderse porque uno es deber y el otro es poder, ok. Ahora, si bien es cierto que can también expresa alguna habilidad, también podemos utilizarlos en oraciones simples. Por ejemplo, puede ser raro, puede que viaje mañana, pero puede que viaje mañana no es una habilidad, ¿no? Es una oración simple, es un contexto simple. Ok, entonces, ¿qué puedo utilizar? Además de actividades físicas, de mostrar alguna habilidad, también se le puede utilizar en otros contextos. Puede que viaje mañana. I think, okay, my travel can be for tomorrow, for example. My trip can be for tomorrow, but that's not an ability, as you can see. Okay,
Yes.
so there is no way to get confused in between the usage of must and can. Okay, so we always use can, by the way. Yes, in spoken English, we always use can. There is no discussion on it. But must, it has a limited usage, okay? Yes, something to talk about laws, to talk about rules, for example, okay? Entonces, más un poquito más estricto, si podemos decirlo. Va aplicado para leyes, para restricciones, para cosas que están prohibidas. Ese es el contexto de must. Cuando can es un poquito ya más amplio, se puede utilizar en otros contextos, no solo para actividades físicas.
Okay.
So, yes, is there maybe another question?
No, miss, it's okay.
All right, so I'm going to clean my screen. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the, how is it, the structure. We're going to use a model, okay, whatever model it is, which among must, can, might, we're going to use the model plus the base form of the verb, okay? Base form of the verb, okay? So, could you please read these two questions?
Okay. Alicia, what do you think? Could Crawford be guilty?
Amazing. What do you think? Could Crawford be guilty? Okay. Para preguntas, utilizamos could, okay? No utilizamos might para preguntas. Se puede utilizar may, habíamos visto en qué casos. Y tampoco más se puede utilizar para preguntas. ¿Por qué? Porque como habíamos dicho, implica más, es un poquito más estricto. ¿Ok? Entonces preferimos utilizar could. Then yes, okay. So try to use could. We don't use might for question. Okay?
But
Might or be guilty. No, that's incorrect. Okay?
and must teacher, for example, I don't know, at the same example as you said, must I smoke here? Is it correct?
Not well. It is correct. It is correct, but we prefer to change the sentence because it, as I said, we actually don't use might neither must for questions. Okay, it's better if we change the structure. Do you think it is prohibited to smoke here? Okay.
Yes.
So that could be better. That could be better. So we are going to try to replace the question, okay? Or could I smoke here? No, there is an advertisement where it says that you must not smoke here.
But it's not at the same example as you told me that, like, can you go to the bathroom? Can I go to the bathroom and may I go to the bathroom? Because
No, no,
if
no.
I
There
use
is
could I smoke here, it's like an ability. And if I use must, it's like a prohibition. So of course you can smoke, but in terms of ability, but you must not smoke here because there are rules.
okay. Do you remember the thing that the part that I explained a minute ago? Could and can are not only to show abilities, okay? Recuerda lo que te dije hace un momento, cuando utilizamos can y could, tienen uso más amplio. ¿Qué quiere decir? Que no solamente se puede utilizar con habilidades, ¿ok? Te daba el ejemplo de volar. For example, I think my flight can be rescheduled for tomorrow, but that's not an ability, okay? So remember that the use of can or could, it's more than abilities, okay? So then, yes, you can use it, okay? Give me a second, please.
Okay.
Okay, so as I was explaining you, there is no problem, okay, there is no problem if you use could in this example. Could I smoke here? Right? So there is no problem, there is no problem. Why? Because it is more, the use of could and can, it is more than abilities, okay? Se puede utilizar, no está mal gramaticalmente, okay? Ahora sí, tal vez quisieras utilizar más en pregunta. En cuanto a la estructura está bien, no hay ningún problema. No es que haya una regla donde nos diga que no se puede utilizar. Se puede, pero mayormente se utiliza could en can para preguntas, ¿ok? Y ya para mí, para mostrar un poco de permiso, para preguntar algún permiso y demás, ¿ok? Entonces sí se puede utilizar, pero recuerda que could en can tiene un uso más amplio, no solamente es para habilidades. Puede que mi vuelo se posponga para mañana, pero no es una habilidad, ¿ok? Entonces, sí, eso sería. Do you get it?
Yes, I get it. But if it's possible to use could as a probability, what is the percentage of could and can?
Could you repeat the sentence?
If it's possible to use can and could as a probability, what is the percentage of them?
What is
Of
the?
percentage of sure. In
Oh,
can,
okay. More
yes.
than, okay. That's a good observation. More than the percentage of that, okay, is because of the usage, okay? There is no specific probability on this because we already know that could and can is for probabilities, okay? But there is no specific percentage. For example, if I'm going to say, for example, I don't know, we're going to take the last example. ¿Podría fumar acá? ¿Ok? Entonces, no hay una posibilidad, es solamente una pregunta. ¿Ok? Entonces, sí puedes utilizar can o could. En realidad, para cualquier contexto que denote posibilidad o probabilidad, sin importarnos tanto cuánto es la posibilidad de algo. Ahora, diferente sería si es que, mira, vamos a ver este ejemplo. Could you please read this question, this conversation?
Okay, what do you think? Could Crawford be guilty? Who knows? He might be.
Okay, thank you. Notice that we're doing a question. Could Crawford be guilty? ¿Podría ser culpable? Okay, he might be. Es decir, que ya hay menos posibilidad. Okay, entonces, si bien podemos utilizar could y can para preguntas generales sin fijarnos tanto en el porcentaje, lo que hay que tener en cuenta en el tema de porcentaje es al momento de dar la respuesta, no va a ser lo mismo que yo diga he might be, or he may be. Ok, si utilizo may, estoy diciendo que sí hay más posibilidad de que sea culpable. Ok, but who knows, he might be. Ok, entonces utilizamos para pregunta could, can, y podemos responder de acuerdo a qué tipo de modal, qué tipo de porcentaje es de algo. Ok, por eso es que, ¿por qué no se mira el porcentaje? Porque no sabemos, por eso estamos preguntando. Ok. Entonces, sí, that will be the only thing that you have to take care is at the moment you are going to answer in what kind of model are you going to use. Okay, because in questions we always try to use could and can. Okay, so it is is weird. It is weird if we're going to hear a person using must. It is very weird. Es muy extraño cuando se utiliza must, porque mayormente utilizamos could. Aparte que es más formal, ok, es un poquito más, it is a little bit more formal than math, for example, okay? So
Okay.
yes, that would be. And then, give me a second, okay. Could Jackie really have an agent? She could, anything is possible. So in short answer, we use be and the question has a form of be, okay? Could Crawford be guilty? Who knows? He might be. Okay. We can also say directly he might be guilty. There is no problem. He may be guilty. Okay. There is no problem. But we usually write the short question, the short answer. He might be because we already know that we are talking about being guilty, for example. Okay. And when a question has a verb of other than be, could Jackie really have? Okay, it is not a verb to be, as it is the case. So we just the model in the answer. She could. Okay, I'm not saying she could have. You can also do it. There is no problem. Se puede en realidad responder en cuanto a las respuestas. Todas las respuestas son válidas. Okay, puedes decir. She could have an agent. Yes, I think she could have an agent. Or I can only say she could. Okay, so it's up to you. Why do we have these kind of comparisons here? Because sometimes it is notable. Okay, it is yes, it is notable that it is logical that we are talking about something. Could Crawford be guilty? Yes, he might be guilty. So it is redundant. Okay, it is redundant information. Could Jackie really have an agent? I think she could really have an agent. Okay, so it is like a repetition. Okay, so we try to do it in shorter.
Okay.
And we can. Sorry.
No, miss, it's okay.
Oh, okay. So we can also use, for example, if you're not going to use any, you are not going to ask something with could, or I don't know, or may or can. In this case, we are using, do you think Crawford is guilty? He might be, okay? So we can use the models in other answers, answering those questions that implies another kind of auxiliary verbs, right? Because the situation is not going to change. Podemos responder con cualquier modal, según sea el caso, incluso si en la pregunta no tenemos un modal, ¿ok? Es el caso. Do you think Crawford is guilty? I think he might be, for example. Okay, so you have the option to use another question for other questions with other auxiliaries, not only with models, okay? So, yes, más que todo fijarte más que fijarte en el uso del porcentaje, tal vez en otras situaciones, ver si es que en verdad es una posibilidad o probabilidad en alguna situación, entonces ahí te vas a dar cuenta si podrías o no utilizar. Okay, so that will be everything about the models. Is there any question, maybe?
No, miss, it's okay.
All right, is everything clear? There are no questions?
No, miss. But
Okay.
In the last part, can you swipe up? Okay, do you think Crawford? Okay, yes. I was read wrong. Okay, yes, it's okay.
All right, it's okay. So if you don't have any question, we're going to stop until this part, okay? Models are sometimes I think that models are not that difficult. Okay,
Mhm.
but you have to remember the usage of each one. And don't forget that we have almost the same structure in Spanish, okay?
Yes.
So the key of the models, okay, is that you have to remember what model is the strongest in this list. For example, in this is the strongest is must, because we use it for rules, for laws, and then okay, so we can say that can and must are the strongest, okay, of all these models. In general, though, it has must, have to, okay, those two models are the strongest. And can is the very common of all the models, is very common and would for sure. Okay, but the strongest of all the models, strongest
must.
model is must
Yes.
and have
Yeah.
to. To show impossibilities, the strongest is cannot or
Yes.
could not. You have to keep it in mind. And my is the lower, basically is the shorter one. Es el más chiquito, el might. Mientras que me ya está como que al medio tiene un poco más de fuerza. Yes, that will be. I'm going to send you a video where we're going to find the super models. It is a funny video.
Okay.
So it's like each model has a power. Okay. So
Okay.
I'm going to send you, and yeah, that will be everything for today. If you don't have more questions, we're going to stop until this part, please. Okay.
Okay, Miss.
I'm going to ask to the coordinator again. She's at what moment she's going to send you your new username, because we're getting late. Okay.
Okay, Miss.
Okay, so thank you, Rosario. I hope you had you can give a good quiz. Good luck for tomorrow and have a great night. Okay.
Yes, Miss. Thanks.
Okay.
I'm
Good
going to
night.
see you